welcome back for another video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Tommy Sotomayor's latest opinion on Black community. Let's see why this guy's so offensive.
I mean, Tommy, to be real with you, because we as men, we never showed them. Black women did all this stuff on their own. It's like men ain't never showed them this is what you don't do or whatever. I mean, we just so now.
How can you tell somebody what you don't do if they believe that somebody else has more power than you? They don't care what you say. If your girl dating a millionaire, she don't give a shit what you got to say, sir.
Yeah.
And black women don't listen to us because we ain't the ones giving money. Guess who give them money? Goldman Sachs gave them $10 billion. We didn't.
I mean,
they give them WIC. They give them they give them all that damn shit they get from the government. We not giving it to them. Why do you think black women talk shit to black men so easily? Because they look at you as you ain't shit, and they know you ain't shit because they raised you. Every time a black woman say black men ain't shit, I agree with them. When they say there are not very many good black men out there, I agree with them. And you know how I'll back it up? I say, guess who raised them?
All right, so that's kind of like bringing us back to the whole what came first, the chicken or the egg. You know, what is the real cause of this conundrum of the black community? Is it lack of fatherhood, or is it the lifting of the motherhood part of it? Because like I had recently saw a video where a woman was talking about baby showers and how back and you know her day, I guess, because she was an older lady, she would say that, you know, women who weren't married, they didn't have baby showers, and it certainly wouldn't be celebrated if a teenage girl, you know, was giving birth to a child. And that's something we do see a lot of today. Like we see baby showers for teen moms.
I had a gentleman who I got into it with at work, and long story short, he was really emotional, and it just made me sit back and think like, wow, why is this guy so emotional about, I mean, something, I'm not going to go into the details, but it was something minuscule. He got so enraged and emotional about it that it was like, it made me wonder if he was raised by a single mom, because, I mean, you know, most guys, as we've been growing up, I mean, if, you know, you're always told boys aren't supposed to cry or whatnot. So it's like, when you hear that growing up, you tend to internalize that as not showing your emotions that much. But for you to be like, for a guy to be such an emotional wreck, that it just made me think that maybe he lacked male role model at home, and I figured that he probably didn't have a father growing up with. So would you blame that on the mom? Yes and no, because just because you're not married to somebody doesn't mean that the father can't be in the child's life. Now maybe she was keeping the father away from the child, because you do have some vindictive people out of there. Or maybe the father didn't want anything to do with the child, and she was just trying to raise the child the best way that she could, which, I mean, I know it sounds bad, but sometimes your best isn't good enough.
You raised ain't shit men. You raised, most of these boys are being raised by black women exclusively. So if black men ain't shit, who raised them?
Yeah.
And black women could have raised black men to be the most respectful men on earth. Instead, they the ones that's going around fucking in front of their sons, having all kind of niggas in the house, calling their sons little nigga, little motherfucker, cussing in front of him, talking shit, fucking in front of him. Almost all of us have witnessed a black woman fucking when we were children. And that black woman that was fucking was our mama.
All right, now that's a little far-fetched.
I mean, I've heard stories from a few of my buddies that when they was younger, they caught their mom. I know it sounds bad, but...
And he's making it sound like it's a majority sense. Like it was a normal thing growing up, watching your mother have sex. Like if that's a normal thing in the black community, I'm not black anymore. Like I'm done.
Okay, it shouldn't be a normal thing in any community. And you would think that you would want to shield your child from things that could... what should I say, a traumatizing scar on them? I wouldn't really call that traumatizing.
That's like disgusting. Like your mom having sex, and it wasn't even like your dad, like walking in on your parents. Thankfully that never happened to me. I knew when my parents would go in the room and shut the door, that was a wrap. I knew that was their time. I was not going to be horrified and visually impaired for the rest of my life by seeing something like that. So I knew to stay my butt out of there. But he's making it seem like, remember the last video where he was talking about maybe he is traumatized. Maybe that's why he does like all these videos. Maybe his mom did traumatize him.
I can't say anything
And
about
I'm not,
that. It's a messed up thing if it happened.
like we're not judging, we're not saying anything bad about Tommy Sotomayor. It's not that. We're just sitting here like thinking like maybe because he's often saying stuff about like black women having sex in front of their kids. Like what if that happened to him?
Come on, let's be honest. We're all adults here. It's no reason for your children to walk in on you being intimate with whoever. I mean,
yeah, unless you're raunchy.
I mean, go to your room. Heck, go to the bathroom. Lock the door. Would you watch porn in front of your child? No,
yeah, like you shouldn't be even coming close to being naked with another person. That's why we have to censor everything we do. Baby girl, I can't play right now. You're gonna have to go and sit down, okay?
But I need to wash my...
Well, then go wash your hands. Anyways, let's hear a little bit more.
And the man she was fucking wasn't our daddy. How you grow up to have respect for women when you saw that? How you grow up to have respect for women when all you and your brothers and sisters got different daddies? How? They don't respect us. They raised us like they don't respect us. That's why when they get a white man, guess what happens? They change their entire demeanor. When they get a white man, that white man could be a fucking bum. They still treat him like he worth a fuck. They still sit up there and talk with that voice and give him like, and they talk like they got some sense with that white man. When they got your ass, you a nigga. You a motherfucker. You all these words.
I mean, Tom, I agree with you, but when you think about it, let's just be honest.
I agree with you, but those men who feel that way have been raised by black women. But I agree with you again. So therefore, black men should avoid black women. They should be afraid of them because black women hate them.
Yeah.
I've been telling black men this. Black women hate them.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they will change their life. Thug niggas and white dudes. And every time one of you nice black men have run across black women and been nice to them, what did you get? You got ran over. You know why?
Oh, yeah.
You know why she did it? She don't value that unless a white dude do. Have you noticed you got to have swag when you black, but the white dude they date never has swag? Why is that? White dude don't have to have swag. He corny than a motherfucker. You don't call him corny.
And I don't even think that's the first time I've watched a Tommy Sotomayor video and he's mentioned that.
He wasn't banned from YouTube for calling women out on anything. He was banned from YouTube simply because of the way he called women out on that. I mean, KS calls women out all the time, and it wasn't just black women, but he calls women out all the time. But he wasn't banned. Why? Because he did it in a respectful manner. This guy, he says a lot of stuff that, in my opinion, does hit home to the black community, but it's how you go about saying it.
So you just think that it's kind of filthy to just be like dropping F-bombs and stuff as often as it does?
You ever heard the saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
But you would never date a corny black dude. Corny black dude couldn't get with you at all. You called him corny to his face. And then you ended up settling down with a corny ass white dude. Nobody questioned it. Black women don't care when y'all die. Black women don't care when y'all die at all. They keep on dating you and putting you in position. They keep dating thugs. They keep dating real niggas. They don't date engineers. They don't date doctors. They don't date lawyers. They date people who risk their lives and take chances every day. How many of them right now got a baby daddy? That girl that I was telling y'all about, that was telling me about her baby daddy, she was telling me how bad her baby daddy was. He's a fentanyl dealer. He was arrested and is facing 8 to 20 years is what she said. I said, then how did that end up being your baby daddy? Oh, that was back a long time ago. Yes, but now you're trying to explain how horrible he is. So you had a baby by a man who was doing all this. Now you're trying to tell people how bad he is? You chose that man to be your kid's dad, though. You chose him specifically. I was young then. Your child 4 years old. The fuck you talking about you was young? And I'm sick of hoes talking about they were young when they did whatever the fuck they did. Young is not an excuse, bitch. Andrew Young. Brigham Young. Jeezy Young. There's a lot of motherfuckers young. That is not an excuse.
That was real as heck, and I think that's one of the main reasons why I chose this video, because that right there, a lot of us can, as women, we kind of we just need to self-reflect sometimes and be like, you know what? Yeah, I have in the past said that before too. Like, that's why I made that video the other day where I'm like, am I low-key a modern woman and just like unaware of something? Like,
Just because you're young, hey, I've made dumb decisions, I've made good decisions. There's still decisions you made.
yeah,
Own it.
yeah.
But it's their excuse. So I'm with you, man. You gonna talk about weave though? I'm not gonna let you tell that lie. Black men have not required black women to wear weave. We'll fuck a bald bitch. Don't sit up there and tell that lie. Black men were not requiring black women to not look like black women. Black women were trying to compete for white men. And that's my problem with y'all men. Since you said I need to blame black men, I will. I'll blame black men because men like you are sitting up there constantly giving the women excuses and blaming the man. So the woman can do whatever the fuck she wants and she's never held liable for it. So how is she gonna learn? You can't be a man if you can't hold the person liable for what it is that they've done. They like weave. Black men don't.
And do you think that he's just reading too much into weave? Or do you think that it's because of like this westernized beauty standard?
The role that I guess media portrays on beauty standards. But let's be honest, I mean, even on television, I mean, I don't really see women wearing fake eyelashes on television or
Unless it's like a talk show.
maybe a talk show or stuff, but it's like most of the time, let's just be honest. I don't know why women got the horse lashes and all that stuff. It's like that stuff is unnecessary. Like he said, guys, we don't really care for that. We don't. So it's just.
But do you think that he's right about that? About the reason them getting it is to compete for the beauty standard?
Not really. The reason why I say not really is because, let's be honest, I've seen some girls that had all of that, the fake nails, the horse lashes, the weave, and they would still be running to get them like with a Pookie and a Ray Ray. I mean, just their behavior would probably turn anybody else off from even approaching them. So who are they doing this for? Because I'm pretty sure it's probably other races that probably agree the same. Like, we don't like the long nails, the fake lashes, the weave. I mean, me, I see a woman with long nails. It's like me, it'd be like, how you gonna cook my food? Can you clean them boys properly? How do you wipe your butt?
Oh my gosh, that was a little cringe. Let's keep it moving.
They didn't give a fuck. You know why? Because they weren't trying to impress black men. They were trying to impress white men. They've been in competition with white women. That's why their hair looks like white women. That's why they get blonde hair like white women. That's why they get straight hair like white women. They don't get hair that look, if they needed long hair, why would it need to be long and straight, sir? Why would their hair need to be long and straight? Why would you say that black men like long and straight hair? Where they got that from? Black men weren't able to lay up with white women. They were able to lay up with white men, though. When they were getting perms, they were getting them to what? To please black men? No, sir. They were trying to compete with white women, to look like white women, to have long flowing hair like white women. Many black men say they do not like weave. The bitch will then use the excuse to every man who says he doesn't like weave. She'll say, A, it's just easier and more convenient.
You've been told that by women you've dated, like, I'm not gonna be taking the weave out because it's just easier to do than my natural hair?
Yes, I have heard that having weave is easier than, them actually taking the time to do their hair. I've also heard with other crazy beauty standards is that I'm not doing it for men, I'm doing it for myself. You having fake nails, fake lashes, weave isn't really what attracts guys. What should I say? Embracing who you are, loving yourself. And when I say loving yourself, I'm not saying don't improve yourself. You can still look beautiful. You ever heard the saying, less is more? Sometimes less makeup, less of all these body enhancements and all these, I just call it illusionary arts, because that's all you're doing. You put on fake lashes, fake hair, fake contacts, you paint the outline in the lips or something, making them all real big. But it's just illusion. Guys want to know that the same woman that they fell asleep looking at, they'll wake up to that same woman, and it won't be like what was the movie? I'm gonna get you, sucker. Fake breasts. Boop.
Another secret.
This is nice in the summer. Oh, wait. I am glad to get these off.
No, not that. Not the tits. Please don't.
They're not even the right color. Guys, always get a kick out of this one. Wait. Oh, God, I feel so much better. I know you do, too.
Oh,
It's like, if we can approach you in your natural form, what was it? What? It was that Drake song. I went out there.
Sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest. I hope that you don't take it wrong.
Yeah, that line. Yes, that line is true though. That's why women be like, I went out there and they show them like, I'm just wearing this, and it'd be like a sweatshirt or a big t-shirt and some jeans, nothing. And they'd be like, I've been hit on left and right. It's because we see the natural you. It ain't all this done up face contour BS.
I think for women, that's just what we enjoy. We like perfumes, we like jewelry, we like makeup, we like clothes, dresses, heels. I mean, some of us, you got some women that spend so much money and have rooms full of like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's just what women like. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. And yes, it is not necessarily to just be hit on left and right, because that's not our goal. A lot of us just want to feel confident when we go out. We just want to feel beautiful. We want to feel sexy. And it has nothing to do with, in my own opinion, I can only speak for me. It's not like I want guys to hit on me or anything like that. It's just, you're going to be in a public place and there's going to be other people and they're going to look how they look, and you don't want to look a mess, right? I mean, that's just it. But yeah, there's a little left.
Which I still don't understand why you can't get hair that look like your native hair. Then 2, she will say, you're a fag if you worried about what a woman put in her hair. Somebody tell me if I'm lying. When men talk about black hair and say how they don't like weave, the first thing black women do is call them fags. Why y'all worried about what a woman put in her hair? Ain't none of your business. But to it. My retort to it, they don't like that. Because my retort is saying, I agree with you. Then they were shocked. They're like, wait a minute, he's agreeing that black men have failed us? Yep. So black men who are now here should fear you because you believe they have failed you. You should always fear someone who believes you've failed them, who believe you've let them down. You should fear them. I said you should fear black women if black women believe you've let them down. You should fear a woman that believes you're subpar over other men. I know this because I had a woman who was fucking me and other men at the same time. She felt like those men were better than me. Guess who she treated like shit?
You.
Yep. And every time those men did something wrong, guess who she took it out on?
You.
Me. Because she looked up to those men. She never took it out on them. She didn't think she could. But she looked down on me.
And that's the thing. I don't think it's all, because I myself know pretty good black women. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them. And so I think in some cases, like when it comes to this kind of stuff, when you hear guys talk about the bad that they've received from black women, you're receiving, now some form of karma. Yeah, like if you're running around cheating and lying, don't be surprised when the person that you actually like ends up cheating and lying on you if you've done it to other people.
I have nothing to say on that.
I can't argue that the hair, weave stuff, I've been hearing that for years. A lot of guys in general often say they don't like when women are all extra made up like that. It reminds them of drag queens, because that's generally who has to be all heavy with the makeup and weave. All right, there's a little tiny bit left here.
Black women look down on black men. That's why no matter what happens to them in the world, guess who they come home and give it to? You. White man treat them wrong at the job, they come home and talk shit to you. White man fire them, they come home and talk shit to you. White man give them a ticket, they come home and talk to you. White man make the check late, they come home and talk shit to you. White man break up with him after he fuck him. You don't know that he was fucking her and she done broke up with white man because the white man won't marry her. Guess who she come home and talk shit to? You. That white man was getting pussy for free. She never argued with him. She came home and brought that bullshit to you, though, because you were less than target.
I'm just like, again, it goes back to what I was saying before we went back to the video. Like, people will only do to you what you allow. And so if this person was pretty much using you, you kind of let it happen.
It was a interview, I can't remember, it was on YouTube, where it was a Dr. Umar, when he was talking about that like sisters need to know they can't go over to Africa talking to their men like how they talking to African men like how they do in America, because African men would like slap them upside the head is basically what he was saying.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you remember that. You saw that interview.
Oh, but, you know what? I do remember. Yeah.
But the thing is, here's the thing. In all honesty, I just feel that the level of disrespect is just it needs to change. I don't know how it's going to change, because the fact is maybe it's going to take well, it's practically already a mass exodus with the passport bros. I mean, so yeah, it just needs to change. The fact is, but here's the thing: you don't have to go to another country to, what should I say, to get respect. You want respect? I hate to say it, respect isn't given, it's earned. And when I say earned, no, I'm not telling you to go pay rent and buy clothes and all that, but you earn it in your actions. You earn it by standing up for yourself. The first time, I hate to say it, the first time the person, male or female, snap off at you, I hate to say it, you got to put them in their place. And I'm not saying get all disrespectful and start calling them all types of names or whatnot. No, but you can say how you feel in a respectful manner and be like, hey, if you don't agree with this, then you can leave and I'll be fine.
Definitely. I absolutely agree. Like, respect is earned, it's not given, and don't take bullcrap from people, because you know what? They'll do to you what you allow. All right, you guys definitely leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we are open to some suggestions, so please email me. Check the link in the description box for that as well. And I will see you